Hi, this is Sandy Hewlett, the founder of Life Backup Plan, and I'm coming to you to talk to you about how to use the app and what it does. Here I'm in the account setup screen. Before you would get to this account setup screen, when you first download the app, you will have to put in your phone number, and the app will then send you a one-time password. Now, my developer and I spent over a month having a problem where the one-time password kept not coming through to my phone, and we could not figure out why. And then about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I stumbled across something called blocked messages in my text messaging app on my phone. And I clicked on blocked messages, and lo and behold, there were a bunch of messages that had been sent by this app when we were testing this back in August and September. So if the app says that it has sent a one-time password to you and you don't get it within a minute or so, go to your text messaging app, click, bring the menu down, click on the little three dots, click on that, and see if there is something called blocked messages, and look in there and see if you've received a text message from a number, I think it starts with 844. And that would probably be it. And then just unblock that number and then proceed, and you will be able to proceed into the app. So once you've downloaded it and gotten your one-time password and gone in, you will then set up a password for the app and then go into account setup. And here we're going to go through your basic account setup information. An important note here is that the Life Backup app does support, I believe it's 87 genders and 17 sets of pronouns. And it supports over 20 ethnicities. So we are encouraging everybody to be who they want to be in this app. You can also set up whether or not you have TTY equipment and put in your email address. You then go to the next screen where you would put in, this is your blood type, so that if a first responder has to come to your home, instead of depleting the very high demand supply of O negative, particularly around the holidays in the United States, you can, if they know your specific blood type, then they can give that to you, and then that saves them running the test to figure out what blood type you are, and it makes more O negative available for people whose blood type they do not know. You can set up whether or not you've got a key hidden outside your house, where that hidden key is, whether you've got a keyless entry system, and what the code is for that keyless entry system, whether or not you have final wishes designated, if you're an organ donor, if you have a do not resuscitate order, if you have a durable healthcare power of attorney, a power of attorney document, and a will or a trust. All of these can be critical documents in a life-threatening emergency situation. Before you would be able to do a check-on, you would need to set up contact people. I've already set up a couple. We'll add another one so you can see how the process works. And I'm going to contact him by his personal mobile phone. And I don't remember his number. We'll just put that in. And here you click to add the person contact method, because the app allows you to have multiple means of contacting one of your people. So you can put in a landline home phone, a personal home phone, a work mobile phone. a work direct phone, main number for the office, a WhatsApp, a Messenger, an Instagram, etc. You can put all of these in for any person that you set up, so that if we can't reach them at the first phone number, we can try them at the second phone number, and we can try them at the third phone number, etc. Then you go down here and you designate what type of contact this person is. In the case of Daniel, he's a friend. He lives in the United States right now. The app is only working in the United States, and he's in Pacific time. He does not have a copy of any of this stuff. Actually, he does have a key to my home. And he also knows how to take care of my cats. And then you save that. Okay? What you will also do is set up a location. Now, I've already set up 2 locations. I have one for home and one for what I call the campsite, but I could set up another one. You can choose from a variety of types of locations here. And then you designate the country. Again, right now it's only the United States. Here you put in just the number for the phone number field. For the address field. You put in your street name, the type of road that it is. We did that for database purposes. If you live in an apartment or have to put in a suite, your postal code, your city, your state, and we need your county in case at some point we are contacting your county emergency services. And then you would want to designate the time zone on that and hit save. And it's not going to let me do that right now because I haven't completed all the fields. So I just wanted to walk you through how that is done. Once you have both the contact, at least one contact person set up and at least one location set up, you can add a check-on. And here you go in, and it is defaulted to today's date. And we'll back this up a little bit so that we don't have to wait 10 minutes for the check-on to come through. We'll make that for 11:09 p.m. Pacific time. I want it to try once. I want 1 minute between tries. I want it to try my personal mobile phone. I will be at home. If I'm not reached, I want it to reach out to my friend Brenda, and I don't need this to repeat. And we save that. And now we just wait for the check-on to occur, which should be here in a minute or so. While we're waiting for that, I will show you a couple other features. You can go to the medical and dietary screen. Here you can put in, and this is primarily designed for people who have life-threatening conditions. So, please don't put in, that you have pink eye, maybe. Although that's a very legitimate medical condition, it's not necessarily life-threatening. So you would choose from the list that we have here. Like I said, the main things are that these are life-threatening medical conditions, or ones where, it might be a highly transmissible disease. So you select from this, and you do have a choice of other, but if you choose other, you can only choose other once. We're working on fixing that, and probably need to add some things to this list. But like I said, it is designed just for life-threatening medical conditions and or those which would affect your mobility in the case that you would need to be evacuated or a first responder would have to come out. So you select your medical condition, how long you've had it. It can be, in some cases you may have had something 30 years and the number of months is irrelevant. In other cases, it could be, for instance, that you're pregnant. You've only been pregnant for 0 years and 6 months. So that would be information that a first responder would know how far along you are in your pregnancy. And then the severity of the condition or allergy. In some cases, like if you have back problems, they may not be a 10, they might be a 6, but there's something that could affect your mobility. And then for any of your allergies, you may have a situation where you need an EpiPen, and you can choose that. And you can add as many of these as you want. However, like I said, you can only do one, quote, other one. And then, see, I've already put in other for me. You can also put in dietary restrictions. In some cases, these dietary restrictions can influence medical decisions. And so you can add those in there, and also the severity of the restriction. You can also offer assistance to your neighbors by specifying items that you have around your house that people may need to borrow. Not everybody lives, within 3 minutes of a Walmart. And this app was in part designed for people who have been snowed in or, unable to get out of their house. And so you could put in various assistive items that you have. And I'm a walking, talking orthopedic supply store, so I have everything. That's not even close to everything that I own. And then you can also enter assistive skills that you might have, whether you're a licensed caregiver, if you can give somebody a ride to the emergency room, a ride to a medical appointment, perform CPR, first aid, run errands, pick up groceries or prescriptions, cat sitting, etc. And then if you have any medical training, you can enter that down here. Whether you're an MD, doctor of osteopathy, certified nurse assistant, paramedic, pharmacist, any of these you can put in medical training, because the app does enable you to be matched with medical providers if you so request. I have no medical training, so we're going to skip that screen. And then you can also go in and you can request assistance. So you can say that you need a ride to the emergency room, which would be under assistive skill. And here we've put in a note just saying that we have no liability for this. We have not vetted these people. We do not know if they're licensed contractors, or we are working on a system to verify the that a medical provider is licensed and that they're okay, but we don't have that set up at this time. So then you would just say that you need a ride to the emergency room, and you would just put in a brief description of that, and say how long you need it, whether it's just a one-time thing. You can estimate how long it would take for somebody to pick you up and take you to the emergency room. And then if this is ongoing assistance that you need, perhaps in the form of a licensed caregiver, you can enter that there as well. The app will then match you with people in your community who have signed up to offer this assistance. So if there is somebody within, a reasonable proximity of your home who has said, oh yeah, I can give somebody a ride to the emergency room, then as soon as you put this in, the app automatically matches you with that person, and then enables you to contact that person and make arrangements for them to come over and pick you up. You can also do a life log where you can track various food and beverage. It's right after Thanksgiving. So I had some pumpkin pie, yum yum. Um, in the case of activity or sleep, you can put in the number of minutes. This information can be used in conjunction with medical data for determining what might be wrong with you and helping a medical provider better diagnose what might, why you ended up in the emergency room, etc. It can also be used in the future to analyze data. Again, this data will all be anonymized, but to analyze data and see if there are any patterns or anomalies in your data, and it may make suggestions as to things that might be bothering you. I know that I have had conditions that have gone on for decades, and there have definitely been patterns with it, and it would have been really helpful to have had this as a tool because it would have helped get the problem figured out faster, which of course means fewer doctor's appointments and saves a lot of money and a lot of headache. And that is the app in a nutshell. As you can see, there was a check on at 11:09 p.m. I didn't answer it. It contacted my friend Brenda, and she texted me and asked me if I needed help, and I said no. I did that on purpose so that you could see that that functionality actually works. And then earlier today, I had these other check-ons where the screen came up and it buzzed and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I am okay," and it went on about its merry way. So that is the app in a nutshell. There are many features coming down the road. I have a lengthy list of features to add to the app. This is the basic app. Right now it is $4.99 a month, and I do have a special for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday that you get 3 months of usage for just $5, less than the cost of a latte. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy the app.